You can make content for years and never land a client. You can also make content one time and land multiple clients. Difference? Well, it's just the type of content you're posting online. In fact, in our world, there are 3 types of content we post every single week that turns strangers into clients for us. It works so well that it actually eliminates the need for sales calls. So in today's video, I'm going to share the 3 types of content plus a couple of tools that will help you take them and implement them really easily in hopes that you actually use it and over the next 2 or 3 weeks land a handful of clients from your organic content, even if you have a very small audience. Now, what I've actually noticed is me and you and a bunch of other coaches are all suffering from the same thing. We call it the same people syndrome. It's the fact that you actually post online and it's the same people engaging with you. It's probably some family members, maybe your mom and sister, bunch of friends that see and kind of heart or like your post, and a handful of strangers that always like and, follow your stuff. And the problem with this same people syndrome is that even though it's nice to get the encouragement and engagement, no matter how little from the people that you know, that's not going to translate to money. In fact, you actually realize, hey, it's the same people engaging with me, almost never new people. I keep putting content out there, not much comes back in, and leads are just not buying, because if they wanted to buy after all this time that the same people are engaging with me, probably would have taken one of the call to actions and would have purchased something or would have booked the call or something else would have happened, right? So you're posting online, you're getting the same people over and over, and none of them are buying because half of them are family members and the other half is friends and a couple of fans they have. And because you keep posting online and not much is happening, you actually get confused and you don't know what to post. It's like, hey, I've done everything I could, tried everything I could possibly try, done my best. It's not like I did a crappy job, done my best. People are still not becoming leads. I'm still don't have enough leads. The quality of the leads is not as much as I want it to be. And worst of all, I kind of feel lost. Dude, I get it. I was there. And that makes it incredibly hard to actually stay consistent. It's difficult to keep posting and nobody paying attention, to keep posting and not much coming back in, to pour your heart out and not getting any clients out of it. It's hard. I get it, dude. And because consistency becomes hard, you stop being consistent. And when you stop being consistent, this happens to almost every single coach that I know of. The potential is up there. The results you should be getting after so many years of work that you put in is up there. And the results you're already getting is down here. There's a massive gap between where you actually are and where you should have been or you should be right now. The potential and the reality don't match. Well, my friend, no more. After today's video, you're going to take this one framework that I'm going to give you, and the one framework is going to do a few things for you. The first thing it's going to do is that it's going to turn you into a mini celebrity in your niche. You become the go-to person for what you do. I call that the category of one. I'll share exactly how to become the category of one in your niche, but you become a no-brainer, the leader, the thought leader within your industry. That's what the framework is going to do for you. The second thing the framework is going to do for you is that it's going to make it easy to create and post content, especially creating and posting content that actually turns the strangers into paying clients. The whole thing is going to be easier than what you're doing right now. And because it's going to be easier, the input is going to be also easier. Here's what I mean. We both know the input and output theoretically are the same. So if you put certain amount of effort in, you get certain amount of stuff back. I know the experience may not have been like that lately. Maybe you put a lot of input and you got nothing coming back. Trust me, this framework is going to change the game for you. But let's say you put stuff in, stuff comes back. Because we're going to make it easy, you're going to be able to put things in, the input, consistently. And if the input becomes consistent, the output also becomes consistent. And if the output is consistent, that simply translates to more leads consistently. So you're going to consistently be able to easily produce content that turns strangers into clients and get a ton of leads out of it that can easily turn into clients. And you're going to be able to do all of that with only a few hours per week. It's not going to take all of your freedom away, and you're not going to be glued to the screen or to your phone trying to post 24/7. I don't like that. I wouldn't do that to you either. So a few hours per week is all you need for all of your marketing, for all of your content to be fully done, especially the ones that would turn strangers into clients. That's my promise to you. So To be able to pull this off, I'm going to share 5 core principles. You do these 5 things, you're going to absolutely crush it. You skip any of these 5 things, dude, things are going to be tough. So don't skip them. Pay attention to the 5. So principle number 1, make it useful. I know we all have seen the emails that are either short or long that will send us to somewhere else. Maybe it sends us to a podcast, to a training, to a Facebook group, to somewhere else that's supposed to be something useful in there. Sometimes a social media post, like a hand raiser that says, hey, I have made this thing, it's useful, do you want it, kind of thing. Here's the thing. If you're one of those coaches that's always promoting what you have built or the content that you created, as you should, let's say you create a video and you put it on YouTube or inside a Facebook group or a podcast, and you go on Instagram and Facebook and email and try to drive traffic to it. What you're actually doing is you're training your audience to start ignoring you. Because every time they do what you want them to do, which is pay attention to you, you're punishing them by not giving them the actual value, being useful, being helpful. What you're actually doing is telling them, hey, now that you paid attention to me, you got to go through all of these hoops, go to YouTube, go to, join the Facebook group and go to Facebook group to grab a training, whatever it is, go somewhere else to consume the value. And if they don't, they just spend 10 seconds, 20 seconds, half a minute with you without getting any value out of you. And they may never get a value out of you. And if that happens 2 or 3 times in a row, they are now trained to ignore you. So what we want to do is flip that on its head. Instead of promoting something that's useful, we want the promotion itself to have gold in it. Even though we want them, ideally, go watch the training or go do the thing that we want them to do, what we want to do is make this so good that if they didn't do that, they still got value out of this. If your promotional stuff is so valuable that people actually enjoy consuming them, they will never stop paying attention to you. And they will start paying attention to you more and more and more and consume even longer form stuff, which is what we want, okay? So make it useful, not just the destination, not just the training that you're sending them at the end of the day. Principle number 1. Principle number 2, sell the idea. By the way, I'm going to go through this really quickly because I want to show you the juicy stuff and how to actually do this in a minute. So sell the idea. Here's the thing. In a world where everybody is selling offers, everybody is selling themselves, everybody is selling coaching, their packages, one-to-one group, whatever it is, right? In a world where everybody is selling offer, I want you to stop being a salesperson and stop selling offers. And I want you to start being a thought leader and actually start selling ideas. Here's the thing. It is much easier to get somebody accept or deny an idea. It is a lot more work to get somebody accept or deny an offer. So what I want you to do is on a daily basis, weekly basis, whatever kind of frequency we're going to come up with, and we're going to talk about that in a second, I want you to share your ideas, share your thoughts. And as long as they are a yes on the thought, meaning they accept that, and that happens immediately. Like the moment they see the idea, it either resonates with them and they accept it, or it doesn't and they deny it. Either way, it doesn't matter because you will have a certain group of people saying yes and certain group of people saying no. The moment they accept the idea, the offer is a natural next step. The offer that's attached to the idea. First, we got to have them buy the idea. I want you to be a thought leader that everybody wants to follow because you become somebody worth following, rather than a salesperson selling offers all the time that everybody tries to run away from, okay? Sell the idea, not the offers. At first, sell the idea, then sell the offers, rather than the other way around. Principle number 3, empty the tank. Dude, you're a coach, just like me. You're filled with ideas, things that your clients are using, methods, tools, systems, processes. Your clients are using to get results. I want you to share your best stuff with everybody online. Here's why. If you don't, the alternative is people go to your social media, they don't know you, they're random strangers, and they're going to judge you based on what you have posted, based on the information you have there. They're going to assume whether you're an amazing coach or a crappy coach based on your free stuff. So if you hold all of the amazing stuff and put them behind a paid wall in front of your clients and not in front of your audience, no one's ever going to notice how amazing you are. You're going to continue being a hidden gem amongst a lot of crappy coaches. Please, for the love of God, share the best stuff with the world and let them wonder how amazing your actual paid stuff is. So empty the tank and give as much as you possibly can, as quickly as you possibly can. That's principle number 3, share your best stuff. Principle number 4, set a default. But set a default that's within your comfort zone. I've been told by so many gurus and productivity people and just like, self-development gurus telling you, hey, the results that you're looking for is outside of your comfort zone. You got to stretch out of your comfort zone to get the results you want. I don't believe that, because every time I go out of my comfort zone, I don't do it long enough for me to see the results. I believe the results are within your comfort zone. If you set the default, the frequency of how often you post, then it's easy for you to stay consistent. It's within your comfort zone. If your comfort zone is, hey, I can easily post once a month, then that should be your default. And you will do once a month, no matter what happens, once a month post will go out. Maybe it's one training per month. That's like really, really freaking good. But if you go from once a month is your within comfort zone default to I'm going to post every day, I'm going to post every week, and you do it for 2 weeks so you give up, you're not doing anyone any favor. And you're going to see yourself as somebody who's not consistent. So here's what I want you to do instead. This changed the game for me. And I'm one of those guys that kind of saw myself as the least consistent human on the planet. Now I see myself as the most consistent person on the planet. I didn't change, my default did. Here's what I've done. Instead of accepting a default that I see other people do, I'll look at myself and say, okay, what's the bare minimum I can do no matter what happens? No matter what's going on, I get sick, family stuff happens, holiday stuff happens, I will stick to my default. What's that? For me, it's one video every 2 weeks. Every 2 weeks, no matter how lazy I get, no matter what happens, I can do one video. Fantastic. All I gotta do is one video a week. So every 2 weeks. But if I happen to do one video a week this month, fantastic. Not only I'm consistent, I'm mega consistent. I'm doing even more. Great. But if next month I drop it from one video every week down to one video every 2 weeks, I'm still consistent. I didn't lose my consistency. And that builds momentum, not just for me mentally, it also builds momentum with algorithms and social media. We both know if you want to get results, you got to stay consistent. So please, for the love of God, make it easy to stay consistent, but choosing it within your comfort zone, not outside of it. So be very smart with the default you set for yourself. Principle number 5, embrace the suck. Anytime you either start something new or you level up, let's say creating content, because that's what today's session is about. When you start creating content at the beginning, you're going to suck. And also when you want to upgrade the quality, it's not going to be where you want it to be, or upgrade the quantity, it's not going to be where you want it to be. You're going to suck at it at first. You got to embrace the suck. And you not only you got to embrace the suck, you got to get excited by it. Here's why. Imagine in a hypothetical situation, you got lots of people paying attention to you, but you're just not that good at creating content. That's a nightmare situation. Why would you want that? Because a lot of people are going to see you at your worst and they're going to decide you're not right for them. If not that many people are paying attention to you and you feel demotivated, flip that in your head. Realize the golden opportunity you have right now. No one's paying attention. So if you suck, it's okay. You get to practice and get to post again, and get better and get better and get better. Eventually, you're going to get so good that people cannot do anything but to pay attention to you. And at that point, the audience and the attention and the followers and the engagement, everything that I wanted, and the clients are going to come in when you actually deserve it and when you're really, really freaking good. Not the other way around. And see it this way. The post you're about to make right now, no matter how bad it is the best you've ever done, and it's going to be the worst thing you will ever do. Let that sink in. The post that you're about to make is going to be the best one you've ever done and the worst one you will ever do. That simply means if it sucks, just do another one really quickly and do it slightly better so that people pay attention to the better one and ignore the bad one. Simple as that. So keep posting to get better and be happy that no one's paying attention to you right now, because if you suck and everybody saw it, that would be embarrassing. Okay? That's principle number 5. Now, enough about principles. Obviously, if you do those 5 things, you're going to crush it. But let me show you the 3 types of content we create on a consistent basis, weekly basis, or every 2 weeks kind of basis, that turns the strangers into clients for us. This is it right here. By the way, if you want the PDFs, there's this one, and then there's also a page that's going to help you create it. If you want it, there's a link down below. Click it and grab the PDFs. It's free. It's yours. Go grab it. Make your life easier. So when it comes to a stranger becoming a client, you got to get 3 yeses out of them. The first yes is on your model, the way you work, the way you coach, the processes you use to get people the results. The second one is you, a yes on you. Do they vibe with you? Do they like you? Do they like your energy and the way you coach and the way you do everything? Do they even like you? Are they inspired by you? So first one is on your coaching method and mechanisms. Second one is you. Third one is your offer. Let's just put it there. So if you turn a stranger into a yes on your model, a yes on you, and a yes on your offer, they're going to become a client. If they're a no or a maybe on any of them, they will never become a client until they become a yes. So the 3 frameworks that we use, or 3 types of content that we post, is designed to get people a yes on all 3 of them. The first one that will get us a yes on the model, let's just focus on this, is giving insight. So give insight. Giving insight is pretty much sharing your knowledge with them, sharing the way you coach and the processes you use to turn people from a, hey, sad face, not doing so well, to, oh my God, I'm doing ridiculously well in whatever field that you are coaching. So giving insight gets them a yes on the model. The one that gets them a yes on you is creating connection. So create connection. And the thing that makes them a yes on your offer, believe it or not, offer is the easiest one because you don't have to do any fancy offers. You just gotta make the damn offer. And I'll talk about the 3 types of offers you're gonna make, but you gotta make the offer. The number of people who are not actively making offers and they come to me and say, hey, I haven't been getting any clients over the past 4 weeks, and I ask them, hey, how many offers have you sent? And they're like 0 or like 2 or 3. I'm like, of course you didn't get any clients. It's very simple. You want to get daily clients, send daily offers. That easy. Now, if you don't have the leads to send offers to, that's another issue. We're going to tackle that today. So when it comes to giving insight, there are actually 3 ways you can give insight, and you got to do all 3 because they're important. First one is actually just to simply educate your audience. Now, there are 3 ways we educate. I'll share with you the 3, and then you can decide kind of which one is right for you, which one you're going to use more than the other one. The first one is where you're actually just purely teaching them. Similar to this video, I'm teaching you the 3 frameworks. That's me educating you, and we actually use a system built by a high school teacher. McCarthy is the second name, forgot the first name. McCarthy, I believe that's correct. I don't know. It's the why, I'll just put it here, why, what, how, now, or next kind of formula. You share why this matters. You give them everything they need to know, that's the what, and then you show them how to actually do this, and then you show them what to do next. That's the formula for teaching online. That's the one we use. There's so many different ways of teaching. You do you, and you coach the way you want to. That's ours. The second one is actually just sharing your lessons. On a daily basis, you're doing cool stuff. Some are a hit and a success, and some are not. Share the lessons either way. And the last one is a plan. And by a plan, I mean either a plan for you or a plan for them. A plan for you is, okay, team, this is what I'm doing, and here's a plan that's going to help me achieve this result. Or if you want this result, here's a plan that's going to help you achieve that result. So it's either, here's what I'm doing, here's a plan, you can model it, or here's, if this is your goal, here's a plan, let me help you. That's how you educate. You either teach them, or you share your lessons, or you give them a plan, or share your own plan with them. The second thing you could be doing is actually philosophy. Sharing your own philosophy in here. Another way to think about it is, what's your hot take? What's that spicy thing that you probably shouldn't tell everybody, but if people knew you, you would be comfortable to share with them. Well, share that thing. It's how do you think it should be done? What do you think is wrong in your niche, in your industry? What do you think is happening the wrong way? What's the advice that most of your competitors give that you don't agree with, right? It's what do you stand for? What do you think is right and what do you think is wrong? Share your philosophy. Now, those two are great. You educate people, you share your philosophy, people get to know you and how you do stuff. The thing that's going to stick it together is proof. Because they might listen to your education and it's like, oh, okay, that was useful. I'm kind of skeptical, but useful. They might listen to your philosophy and say, hey, that's interesting, but I don't believe you. And the thing that makes it go from I don't believe you to I believe you is the proof. Now, when it comes to the proof, there are three kinds of proof you could be using. I use one more than the other, but I'll give you all three of them. The first one is testimonials. You already know about this. Let's just make it thinner, Tim, so it's easier. Testimonials. I'm not sure if I spelled it right, but it doesn't matter. And I'll share the two types of testimonial in a second. The second one is screenshots. And I'll tell you what the difference is in a minute. And the third one is case studies. And ideally, you want to use all three as much as you can. Now, when it comes to testimonials, it's either a testimonial about you as a coach or it's a testimonial about your program and the results they got in it. If it's a screenshot, it's either a screenshot about the results they got inside your program or anything good that's happening, right? Anything exciting, good that's happening. If it's a case study, then it's either done in a story format, meaning you're like, hey, this actually reminds me of this client that was struggling with this. Now, they did this and now they have this result. You're telling a story of one of your clients. Or it's done in an interview format where the client is actually there and you're interviewing them and kind of demonstrating the journey they've gone on and what they did to achieve the results. That's how you share proof. Now, you don't need to do all of them at all times. You just choose which one you want to do in one instant. You either share a story or interview, you either share a screenshot of something good or the results they got, or you share a testimonial of you or your program, depending on what your content is about. That's it. That's how you give insight. You educate, you share philosophy, and you stick it together with some sort of proof. Now, here's where the magic happens. It's magical when you can do all three in one post. If you can have 20 minutes of teaching, while you're teaching, you're sharing your philosophy with them. And as you're sharing your philosophy, you also back it up with the proof. If you can do all three of them in one, you're going to crush it. But if you don't, and you just purely teach on one post, and another post is philosophy, and another post is proof, that works too. You do you, both of them are fine. So that's for giving insight. Let's shift focus to creating connection. There are actually three ways you can create connections. Some of them more fun than the other. Let me show you. The first one is actually all about you. Let's go change the color. The first one is all about you. And what I mean by that is you can either share your personality, the things you love and the things you hate, or you can share about your beliefs. What do you believe? And I don't mean what do you believe when it comes to the niche and the business that you do. That's your philosophy. I'm talking about personally, about just random personal stuff. What do you believe? Let us know. We care. We want to know. So you can share your personality or your beliefs, and that creates connection between you and your audience. But it's not the only way. The second way you can create connection is actually share the behind the scenes. Hey, as you're creating workshops, trainings, don't share the polished version, finished version of the workshop. Share the process you had to go through to build the workshop and then sharing it with your clients and everything that's happening behind the scenes of your business. If you're a personal trainer, share the behind the scenes of running a business, but also working out yourself. If you're a relationship coach, you share the behind the scenes of your business, but also share behind the scenes of your relationship. Let people connect and create that connection between you and the audience. Share behind the scenes of your life and your business. And the last one is actually sharing your day. And you can do this in a, like if you want to be really fancy, in a vlog kind of version or manner, where you kind of vlog your day or your week or your month and you kind of summarize everything together and you show them. A lot of work, not my favorite, done a few, they were fun, but I wouldn't do them all the time. My favorite is actually snippets. Is that how you spell it? Doesn't matter. Snippets of your day. You're out eating, snap it. You're out eating, meeting a couple people. That goes on your stories. You go somewhere fun, snap it, put it on your stories. That's you sharing snippets of your day so people can get a glimpse of what you do on a day-to-day basis, what kind of a human you are, and create that connection with you besides just learning from you. So if you do this side and this side, your yes on the model and yes on you, let's talk about the offers, because there are actually 3 different offers you're gonna make for you to crush it. Now, I want you to think leads, customers, and clients. Let me explain exactly what those are. The first type of offer you wanna make, and let's change the color to this, is what we call a cheese offer. A cheese offer is typically something that's free. And a cheese offer gets you leads, gets you prospects. The second type of offer you want to make is what we call a bridge offer. A bridge offers, they're my favorite, they're really good. They're actually a paid offer. They're not free. They're not like free workshops or PDFs or anything like that. They actually have to pay for it. It could be low ticket. It could be as low as $1 if you wanted to, all the way up to like $500. Something that's manageable for most people and super valuable in return for the customers that buy you. And that actually gets you customers. The difference between leads and customers is leads want information for free, and there's nothing wrong with that. Free information is fun, but customers are willing to pay for information. They're way better people to deal with and turn into clients than leads are. Leads are fun, customers are better. We focus on customers, so a lot of bridge offers. And then last but not least, you want to have what we call a gladiator offer. A gladiator offer actually is also a paid offer, but this one is typically recurring, so it gives you recurring income, and it's typically high ticket. So not everybody can afford it. And this gets you clients. So on a monthly basis, every single week, we want to have a different kind of offer for different types of people in the audience. There are a ton of people that want free stuff. Great, let's give it to them, turn them into leads, and see if they become customers or clients in the future. There are also a ton of people in your audience who would pay something low ticket for some of your information, a bridge offer, and you get some customers. And there are a few people in your audience right now that would happily become a client if you made the right offer. So we want to make the right offer every single week. Now, the rule is you never do multiple offers at the same time. If you're promoting a cheese offer, you're not doing the other 2 offers. If you're doing a gladiator offer, you're not doing the other 2 offers. It's only one offer at a time. Now, here's the thing. If you don't do the give insight right, you're going to experience a few things. The first thing you're going to notice is that you're an invisible expert. Like, oh my God, I know a lot, and my clients get amazing results, but I'm invisible. Nobody knows about me. No one's coming to me to get help. What the hell is going on? But if you do this right, you become what we call the category of 1. The go-to person, the person that everybody wants to go to when it comes to this specific problem. Category of 1, the king of kings. If you get creating connection wrong and you don't do it right, you're actually going to experience something that a lot of coaches experience, which is, I'm not going to work with you no matter what. I don't care what offer you're going to give me. I don't care what promises you make me. I don't care what guarantees you give me. I'm never going to work with you if they don't have that connection with you. That's what they're going to say. But if you get the connection piece right, oftentimes they don't even need to see the offer. They're like, no matter what, I don't care how expensive you are, I don't care how full you are, I gotta work with you. So they become, I'm gonna work with you no matter what. And I'm telling you from experience, that's a way better feedback from the audience than I'm never gonna work with you no matter what. So please get the create connection right. It's the one that us coaches neglect the most because it's the hardest one for us to do. For us, typically giving insight is easy because we're coaches that we can teach, but creating connection is really difficult. So it's the part that you have to intentionally put effort into it. But please do it. It will get you a ton of clients. Last one, make an offer. Now, if you make offers the wrong way, if you don't do this right, what's actually going to happen is that you're going to come across, even though you're not this person, you're going to come across as a struggling spammer. And let's be honest, we both know quite a few people who are always selling something, they always have something on offer, and it kind of looks like they're struggling. They're not doing too well in the business. It kind of looks empty. Struggling spammer if you don't do this right. But if you get this right, magic's gonna happen. In fact, you're gonna come across as in demand, which oftentimes that's the case, and you're gonna come across as super generous because they're gonna see all the free stuff that you're giving away, that's generous. They're going to see the opportunity in grabbing your bridge offers. It's like, oh my God, I can't believe he, reduced the cost that much, or it's that little to work with him. And they're going to see the Gladiator offer to work with you as a client. They're like, that's a no-brainer because I've already consumed these two and they were amazing. So that one is going to be even more amazing. So if you do this right, you're going to be in demand and you're going to come across as generous every time you're selling your own stuff, which is mind-blowing. Here's a beautiful thing. When you're giving insight, what you're actually doing is answering one question. And the question is, will it work for me? And if you share insight the right way through educate, philosophy, and proof, it's going to be a hell yes. It's going to work for you. Guess what? That's a yes on your model. Congratulations. You're 1/3 of the way into turning stranger into client. When you are creating connection, you're really answering the question, do I align with you? And again, if you just share your life, your story, your personalities, behind the scenes of your business, share a tiny bit of your belief and what's going on in your day, that's all you gotta do. You don't need to change yourself, just share yourself, if that makes sense. Share your life with other people. And if that's a yes, and it will be a yes for some people and no for others, doesn't matter, we focus on the yeses. The ones that are yes, guess what? That's a yes on you. Congratulations, 2/3 into turning a stranger into a client. Last one, if you make offers the right way, what we are actually answering in here, the question we're trying to answer in here, and if you do it right, this one becomes a yes too. And the question is this the right next move for me? Now, here's a trick. Not all offers are a right next move for every single person in your audience, which is why we have 3 kinds of offers. We have some free stuff. Maybe the free stuff is the right next move for them for now because they're getting to know you. Maybe it's the bridge stuff, low ticket stuff for them, small risk, small investment, small problem solve. Let them get a taste. Let them taste the ice cream before they buy the full thing. Maybe that's the right next move. Or they've experienced everything, they're ready to become a client, and your client offer becomes the next move. That's why you have to always make different offers, one at a time, maybe one per week. So every week is a different offer. And for the right person, that becomes a yes. Guess what? That's a yes on your offer. And if you get a yes on your model, yes on you, and yes on your offer, congratulations. You just turned a stranger into a paying client. Now you might be wondering, okay, this looks fantastic. I get all of these different types of content I can create, but Omid, I still don't know how to create the content so that people actually pay attention and the content does really well. Let me show you how we do it. So we use this thing called the viral formula, and I'll show you how to use it. There is a PDF down below. If you grab it, this is included in the PDF, and you can use this over and over and over for every single video. I'll show you how to use it, then I'll show you an example of it as well. The topic of the video, the thing you're going to share, goes in here. So the topic, we're going to put it right in here. First, before we get started, I'm going to decide, is this going to be like a long-form YouTube video, or it could be like a long-form video on another platform, doesn't have to be YouTube, but is it like a long-form training or a short-form training? Let's say you chose it to be a long-form training. Fantastic, now you know what it is. If it's a long-form training for YouTube, are we gonna have a couple of thumbnails, maybe 2 or 3 options for thumbnails? We can write the text in there so you know what to say on the thumbnail. That's enough, right? That's just a basic settings. Once we have that in mind, then we gotta get started with the first part. And the first part is pretty much making a promise at the beginning of the video. If you want people to click on your stuff and actually watch the whole thing, first you gotta make them a promise. And the way you make them a promise is through headlines, verbal hook, and a visual hook. Headline is not something you say, it's something they see. And they usually see it before they even click on the video. So let's just assume a YouTube video. A headline is the thing that's under the video, or it could be the subject line on an email. Doesn't matter. Let's just assume you're going to shoot a video. Headline is the thing they read before they click on your video. A verbal hook is what you say in the first 5 to 10 seconds. That's going to get them hooked and really interested to watch the video. And a visual hook, my friend, visual hook is the thing that's like snapping them into paying attention to you. Sometimes I use this dude as a visual hook. It's cute. Sometimes it's something else. It really doesn't matter as long as it's different and out of norm, so it catches the attention right away. And it could happen while you're speaking. So verbal hook and visual hook could happen at the same time. It could happen in editing or as you're filming it, doesn't matter. So if over here you're making a promise, over here you're delivering on the promise. Now for the flow, it's just like, okay, if you made a promise over here, how are you going to deliver over here? Just write down in bullet point what you're going to say, what what's included inside the video. Sometimes you want to bullet point it, so it's just you know roughly what to say and you say it the way you want to. Sometimes you script it and you actually write word for word what you're going to say. Do it the way you like. I've done both. Both work for me. I just do the one that I feel like for that video. Most important part is having some sort of call to action within the video itself. So you don't want it to be all the way at the end. You want it to be within the video so it feels natural. So some sort of call to action within the flow of the video. So over here you made a promise. Over here you delivered on the promise. The last thing you got to do is show them what the next step is. Like, what should they do next? Is there homework? Is there something they should do? Is there another thing they should watch? Let me give you an example of this. For this video that you just watched, I used this to design it. We got 3 different options for thumbnails. The headline is right here. I didn't write the name of the video. I just put the shape of it, which was the Content Engine 3.0 shape. That's the name, if you didn't know. Verbal hook, I wrote it word for word. Visual hook, didn't really do much with that. And for the flow, I already have what we're going to say. Like, I've just drawn out what I'm going to show you. We are in this section, but I'm showing you this right now. And I already told you about downloading the workbook twice. I said it at the beginning before I showed you this, and I've said it again when I showed you this. Job done. I'm doing exactly what I said I was going to do on the video. There is a Gladiator AI thing. Don't worry about that. I might share that in the description. If you see an AI thing, use it. It's going to blow your mind. And if I decide I'm not going to share it, I only keep it for clients, then you won't see it there. It's a maybe. I'm not making any promises. I got to think about it. By the way, it's a YouTube video. Yeah, I'll show you this YouTube video. Thumbnails up there, right? Now, the next step is for you to watch the Gladiator Path, which is how we go from like 3K per month to 3K per day on a recurring basis. That's $1 million mark, step-by-step plan, and exactly what I had to do when we switched sales calls to sell by chat, and we lost all of our clients and we stopped getting clients because nothing was working, and the changes that I had to make to get sell by chat work for us. So now we're getting 1.2 clients per day consistently without sales calls, doing more than 30K per day. So if you want to kind of see the map for that, click somewhere on this video and go watch it, or the link is going to be in the description. Click it, watch that video. You'll know what I'm talking about.